I spar Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. Some of them be hard. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. You can't replace, you know, I would say like tech sparring and like soft sparring from, you know, a comparison to get ready for a fight. Because you fight how you spar how you fight. And if I'm in there just doing this, catch, then when the fight come and everything is full blast, full speed, I'm not gonna be able to keep up because I didn't train that way.
Right.
I can hit the bag, I can hit the mitts, all that I want, but nothing's coming back.
Right.
I'm not feeling that presence of a person pushing me, hitting me, holding me, things like that. So sparring is very important. And not saying that you have to, you know, go hard every single time you spar, but there got to be days where, you know, that fighter is trying to put it on you because now you're getting used to that, and now your body is getting in shape to withstand the rounds, the time, the, you know, the grappling, the holding, the hitting, all that. So you need that. I'm a firm believer in listening to my body, you know. So I've been doing this a long time. My coaches, they've been doing this just as long or longer, or BOMAG longer. Well, we all started, you know, this journey on when I was 2008 when I turned pro. So they've been around me since I was a kid, so they know when my body is breaking down or when I'm complaining about something. Bo would be like, all right, well, we're going to do this today. Or we're going to do this today. And I'll be like, man, what? He'd be like, we're going to do this today. I'd be like, man, I don't want to do that, man. I want to work. Because as a fighter, I want to work hard every day. But it's up to your coaches to know when to pull back, when to take days off. Oh, no, you ain't working out today. Huh? You ain't working out today. You've been working out hard, you know, today off. Or some days we're going in there, he'd be like, oh, we're going to do 4 rounds sparring. Like, what? Yeah, we're going to do 4 rounds sparring. All right. Y'all got it. So things like that. Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, some days they're going to say, man, you ain't got no energy today. Did you eat? Some days I'll be like, no, I didn't eat before I came. Oh, I could tell. You know, or you moving kind of slow. You all right? You know, so it's very important that you be honest with your coaches as well. Because a lot of people, you know, they tend to keep certain things away from them. And then when things go left, then the coaches is to blame, when the coaches wasn't aware of everything that was going on with you. So if you got, you know, injuries or you're not feeling well or, you know, something's not right or something's going on, as a team, you got to let your team know, because that's why they there. And that's why they able to pick up on certain things like, you know, you're overtraining or you're not, you know, getting enough rest. What time you going to sleep at night? You know, you need to put the phone down at this time, and, you know, just all that in the mornings. So when I get up in the morning, we put it on my finger, then we monitor that, and then it takes your blood oxygen, your oxygen level, your heart rate, and all that stuff. And sometimes I go off of that, but, you know, I just go off of how my body feels. You know, I just use that for just how much oxygen I'm taking in and the levels that I'm at. So once I start cutting weight, all right, this what I've been at, this range. Once I start cutting weight, then I can compare the two. I probably cut weight probably like 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Just everything is the same. It's just, you know, decreasing the amount of food intake. You know, we start cutting the food probably like in portions. Then, you know, we probably change up the times of the workouts. None. Yeah, and like the day of the weigh-ins, I'm not cutting none. I used to have to cut like 5 pounds in the morning of the weigh-ins. You know, nah, not really. Sometimes, but not really. I just rest. Resting is most important. Like, I just sit in the bed all day. Especially when I was at 135, I didn't do nothing. I was cutting weight, cutting weight. 140, cutting weight. You know, but yeah, like that shit tough. Like this last fight with Spence, it was tough. You know, but I try to make weight, you know, at least the night before. So I could sleep as long as possible till the weigh-ins, and go from there. I get massages. I don't use a sauna.
No?
No, I don't use a sauna. That's pretty much it. Just Normatec, massage. I hate the cold plunge. I did it for the first time this camp, and man, I tell you, I was freezing, but fingers was cold.
Fingers,
like,
toes. Yeah.
My toes wasn't cold. I was so cold I couldn't even feel my feet. I was in there like this. I was trying to put my hands under my armpits, and I was just shaking like this, and I was just like, I'm about to get out. It was like they was motivating me, and I was like, man, I can't. Man, this is the hardest thing that I ever did, because I'm anemic, so me and cold don't.
You're anemic?
Yeah, I gotta take iron pills.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Really?
When I was little. Yeah. So I gotta go from the cold, then they put me in the hot, and then it felt like needles was shocking my body, like needles was going through. I'm like, dang. You know what I mean? I felt good. Then they was like, all right, you gotta go back in the cold plunge for 1 minute. No, it was 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I was like, what? Like, come on. So I went up in there, and then I was like, all right, get out, you done. I said, I don't go back in the hot. They was like, no. I was like, oh man. But I was cool that I did it. You know, that it was something that I wouldn't do, and I did it for the first time, and I felt like I accomplished something. I felt good. But the crazy part about that is, 2 days after that, I had got a cold. And I was messed up, and I was like, man, was it because of that? But found out that it was the air conditioner in the house. It was blowing right on my face.
Oh.
On my bed. I sleep with the cover over my head. I don't know why. I've been doing that. Yeah, I've been doing that since I was a little kid. So we looked up, and sure enough, I was just like, man. And it was like on like 62. So it was freezing in the house, and I was just like, man. I turned off everything in the house. It was all hot. Everybody was kept trying to turn the air back on. Like, man, turn that off. Like, no. And it's 120 in Vegas. I'm like, yeah. It's that. Turn it off. I was just like, man, I ain't never experienced that ever in my life. I never got sick during fight week. Ever.
Really?
Ever. So I was sick for 1 day. I was like down. I was down, but like, yeah.
How far out from the fight was that?
A week.
Oh.
So I was down, but I was just like, man, that 1 day I was hurting. But then my nutritionist, she gave me some vitamin C. My nutritionist, my chef, he gave me a whole bunch of oranges and melons and grapefruit. Big old bowl. You ain't eating no meat. This is what you eating all day. I was like, what? It was like, yeah, trust me. And I ate. That's all I ate the whole day. And the next day I felt better. I was like, oh, all right, we back to normal. Well, we wasn't all the way back to normal because my coach didn't let me work out. But yeah, we was good. Just 1.5.
Oh, not that bad.
Yeah. So that 1 day I didn't do nothing. Then the next day I didn't go to the gym. I didn't work out in the gym. When you done this for so long, you know what you got to do to get there. I think I peaked like twice during this camp. I was working so hard. I was just like, man, I wanted this so bad. It was like, all right, we got to pull you back. All right, a couple of days, pull you back. Because you looking too sharp in the gym. You way above schedule. So we got to pull you back. Working too hard. Get you some rest. You as the fighter, you want to feel good. You want to look sharp. You want to, feel all those things. But your coaches on the outside, they're like, okay, we still got like 3-4 weeks. And he's looking like this at this point in time when we want him like that at the tail end. So pull him back a little bit.